everyone, this is Sandra. Welcome back to my channel. I'm so excited today because we are going to do something that I haven't done in a long time. I've written this down as one of my video ideas for filming makeup tutorials in my bullet journal, and I think it's been in there for like 3 months. And now I finally feel like I have enough colors that I can do this look for you. So we're going to start by doing something that I don't normally do. I'm using tape today. I'm not doing my face first. I'll do all the face makeup off camera, so this video isn't like hugely long for you guys. You're not sitting here for hours being like, what the fuck? So let's tape our eyes. I'm gonna do, again, something I don't normally do. I'm gonna do a cat eye in black liner. So the trick with using tape to do a cat eye, and this is also going to keep the edges up here clean when we do our color, you take your Scotch tape. I put it on the back of my hand first, so it does pick up a little bit of the oils from your hand and it's not too sticky on your delicate eye area. And then I place it just underneath my lashes, angling it up toward my brow. And I want enough room so it doesn't look ridiculous. And I'm going to try to get the same on the other side. So now you can see we've got this nice sharp line here. So let's, feels so weird on my eye. I'll do the same thing with this piece. And now I'm looking at about ½ an inch, maybe 3/4 of an inch away from my eyebrow on that side too. So as long as you follow the natural curve of your eye where your lower lashes are, you should be able to get the angle exactly the same. I think that looks really good. Okay, so we're ready to go. Just want to make sure I don't get any shadow under there, but because I'm not doing my makeup first, I don't need to worry about fallout. I can clean everything up after, and we'll also do the lower lash line after as well once the makeup is done. So I'm going to start with Sigma brushes. I've got my Sigma brushes in front of me, also my Morphe, just in case I do need more brushes. So, and I'll show you the palettes I'm working with too. So of course I'm using Jeffree Star's new Jawbreaker palettes, both of them. This is the Jawbreaker. So I'm looking at Lemon Drop. Yes, I'm looking at you, Lemon Drop. And wow. So this is a matte bright yellow shade, and this is a darker like shimmer shade. So those are the two colors there. And then also when we do the inner corner, it's gonna, I might do a gradient eye. It actually might be like a cut crease gradient eye. So then I'll also use the shade Jawbreaker, which is kind of like a shimmery with a golden undertone white shade. And the Mini Breaker, I'm not sure if I'll be using Slice, which is more of a gold shade, but I'll use Double Scoop, which is a matte gold shade, and this will be perfect for in the crease. And then also, just in case we need a 4th eyeshadow or 5th eyeshadow, we're going to use the Zulu by Juvia's. And you guys have seen this palette before, and I will be using this bright yellow shade here. So in comparison, take the shade Wow at the top there, that bright yellow, compare it to the Juvia's, and Juvia's is quite a bit darker, so I think we'll have a nice gradient eye here. So I'm going to start by priming my lid. I'm going to prime the entire lid area up to the brow, and I'm using my MAC Pro Longwear Paint Pot in Soft Ochre with my cream color brush E58 by Sigma. So let's just start by putting this all over the lid, and again, if we bring it out more, that's okay. And I'm not setting this down at all with powder. We're just going to go straight in with the shadow. Okay, so we have a nice even layer. I'll keep this out for the cut crease after, and I'll use the same brush. So to start, we're going to kind of blend, we're going to start with a light shade just to build a gradient in the crease, eventually get it darker, and then we will come back and do the cut crease after. So you guys know my favorite brush to start with is always my E40 Tapered blending. And against my better judgment, I'm still going to start with a transition color. So I'm going in with the shade Cone, which is right down here. I know I didn't say that at the beginning, but I think it's always nice to start with some kind of transition color. This is fairly close to my skin color, and it's perfect for building up color. I'm just going to use small circles and just really blend this out. I'm not adding any additional color at this point. Okay, so up here now, right above that transition color, I am going to use a different brush because I don't want to mix my brushes. I will be using an E35 now. So this is just, it's this almost exact same brush as the E40, but I think it's just a little bit smaller. Actually, it doesn't even really look smaller, but I think it's supposed to be. I don't know. Okay, we're going to go in with the shade Wow. So this is very bright. And just above, because when we go in to do the crease, we're going to really darken things up. But then when we bring it back on the lid, after the cut crease is done, we're going to have a lighter shade down below. It's going to look cool, guys, I promise. I wanted to do a yellow look for so long, it's not even funny. So I'm just building up the color. I just keep dipping it into the palette and blending. So next we're going to use a Morphe brush. This is the M330. It's still another tapered blending. And now I'm going to add Lemon Drop, which is a sparkly shade in the corner of the Jawbreaker palette. The Morphe M139. And I'm going to dip it into the yellow shade in the Juvia's palette now and start carving out my crease here. And all of these yellow shades, even that sparkly one that we just used, really give the eye a little bit of dimension. When you do a yellow look, it's very easy to just have it kind of turn all into one yellow shade on your eye. And we really need to give it, that's why we're doing the cut crease, because you need to give it some differentiation. Like, it can't just be one color. I mean, you can, but then you have no visual interest. So this technique, or these techniques, should allow for that. So as you can see, I'm like, it doesn't really matter if product falls on the lid, but I'm not actually intentionally putting product on the lid. So now we're going to take an even smaller brush. We're going to go in with the Sigma Small Tapered Blending E45, and I'm dipping it to double scoop in the Mini Breaker palette now. And we're really going to carve out this crease here. And I want to keep this concentrated to one area. And we might have to just go in with the previous brush that we used, blend out the shade on the upper and lower, and then just reapply it to get the impact of color that we want. It's actually, because of all the different yellow shades I used, it's actually blending out quite nice. You may not even have to do that. I'm just going to go back in with the Morphe 139, dip it into a little bit of the yellow shade in the Juvia's palette, and gently blend the lower and upper of that darker shade in the crease. And if you wanted a little bit more of a dimension, like a different change, you could add a tiny, tiny bit of dark brown. Ooh, should we do that? I'm going to go in with a smudge brush, E21 by Sigma. I'm going to dip it in this dark brown shade in the Juvia's palette. Actually, I've never actually used this shade. We're just going to put the tiniest amount, and then right underneath that shade is where we're going to put the cut crease. So because of all the yellow shades on the eye already, this will just make a little bit of a color difference. And I'm going to bring it up higher than I would my cut crease so you can actually see the shade. And we'll go over it with the dark shade again in the Mini Breaker palette, just to give the eye some visual interest and a different color. Ooh, that looks so pretty. And honestly, all it looks like is a dark yellow, like a dark ochre color, really. So now we're just going to go back in with that E45 into double scoop and blend over top that brown shade. Alright, so next it is time for the cut crease. So I'm going to go back in with my little paint pot and my E58. And I find it's easiest to initially dab the color on, or the concealer on, and then just into one quick motion. So I'm not too concerned about here because we're just going to add some of the darker yellow and the brown to blend it into the crease there. Okay, so first we are going to start with a pencil brush, and I'm going to dab it into the shade Jawbreaker in the Jawbreaker palette, and that's that really bright white shade, but it does have like a golden undertone. So pencil brush, and I'm just going to tap the shade right onto the concealer. And I'm going to put it on about a quarter of the area that I have cut creased out, because towards the middle of the eye we will start blending in with a lighter shade, and I think we'll be going into the shade Wow from the same palette. We are actually going to take this Morphe M213, it's like a small smudge brush, dip it into the shade Wow, and now apply it to the middle of the eye towards the outside corner here, and we'll go back in with that white shade and just kind of blend it in. Okay, then we're going to go back in with that white shade and just blend over top the yellow. Sometimes you have to do this a couple times to get a really nice blended effect, but I really like that yellow, the way it's popping like that. So we're going to go back in. Okay, and then at the very end we're going to add in the dark shade. So I'm actually going to take this little brush that I used at the brown, we're going to dip it into the brown, and I'm going to add it out here, right on top of the lash line. And because we're doing that dark line out here anyway, I feel comfortable bringing it up to the top a little bit, and then we'll come back with the Jawbreaker yellow, the darker color, and blend it out. So now I'm using in the mini palette again, double scoop, and I'm just going to blend over that and blend into that bright yellow on the outer corner. And I think that looks super cool. Okay, now we need to do our liquid liner before we take off our tape. So I haven't even used this in a while. I'm going to go in with my Too Faced Better Than Sex Black Liquid Liner. And the whole thing is I want to make a very thin line right here by the lashes, but then bring it up a little. So we're going to start here. Oh yeah, we're supposed to shake this bad boy. We're going to try the same thing with the other eye, see if we can get it exactly the same. Okay, so now we're ready to take off the tape. That looks kind of cool. Let's take off the tape and see how we did. Whoa. Alright. That looks really, really cool. So we're going to go off camera, we're going to do the entire face, and we will come back and then we'll be able to finish underneath the lash lines. And then at the end, we will put on some lashes. The face is done. We are almost done this look. I'm just going to finish the lower lash line, then go for mascara and some lashes. So I think what we'll do is we're going to start with the darkest shade on the lower lash line. I'm actually going to go in with this brown first and then blow it out with a darker yellow. So I am using, my Sigma Flat Definer E15 brush here. I'm going to take the brown shade and just stamp this brush right in there and press the color into the lash line here. And I'm not going to touch this black line out here, I'm just going to leave it. I am going all the way around the eye though. And this will just give the lashes a little bit of definition. Okay, and next we are going to take a smaller brush now. I will use my medium sweeper E54. I am going to go straight into the mini breaker now. And I'm going to blow this out a little bit with the shade Double Scoop here. Tap off the brush. And then take an even fluffier brush. I will just quickly wipe away any fallout because we don't need that dark yellow shade anywhere lower than the lash line. I'm going to take this diffused crease, the E38, and I will go into the shade, the yellow shade in the Juvia's Place palette here. And I'll just go on top of that dark yellow a little bit further and continue to blend it out. Next, for mascara. I think for today's look, I will be using my Loreal Voluminous Feline Mascara. And for lashes, I think these are the Morphe lashes. Let's see which one they are. The Morphe Hollywood Hills lashes. And this is what they look like here. But I will put them on off camera and you will see the completed look in just a moment. This is the completed look. So this lash looks a little funky because I think there's glue stuck in between the lashes. But if I push them down a little bit, they look okay. But what do you think? I love the yellow. I think I'm going to call it my sunshine yellow look. And if I put my hair down, I know I don't have earrings at the moment. Earrings always complement a look, I think. That looks sexy, right? Yeah. Yeah, I could wear something like that out in summer. I love the cut crease. I don't know about the cat eye. I think like the cat eye gives the eye a little something extra because usually I just do a rounded eye look. And I like how it was a nice clean sharp line on the corners and then the cat eye just kind of cleans it up. But yeah, I don't know. I think it looks much different than any of my other looks. So I haven't really done a yellow look. I've done lots of orange looks and lots of pink looks. I think I've done a couple red looks. Speaking of red, I love red eyeshadow. I think I'm going to do another one soon. But let me know what you guys think. If you have any other ideas, or makeup looks that you'd like to see, let me know down in the comments below and I will try my best to recreate them for you or to create them for you. And until next time, you guys, have a wonderful day. Also, please be sure to subscribe, like this video, and hit that bell button to be notified the next time I post another video. So we will talk to you very soon.